So you're going to want to start out by making your lettuce first because it's going to need time to dry. I used a green gel food coloring mixed with some water and just painted that all over the wafer paper. Once the wafer paper gets nice and wet and fully covered, you're going to want to be really careful with it because see, it can slide around and then it can also tear really easily. At one point this got stuck to itself and I gently had to peel it apart. Okay, so once you get the wafer paper the color you want it to be, you're going to want to take it and put it on a piece of plastic wrap that's crinkled and just keep it nice and crinkled because when it dries, it'll have a nice wavy shape to it. So now we're going to take a darker shade of green and make this piece of wafer paper a little bit darker since lettuce is a variety of green colors. That way when we shred it all up later, we'll have different shades of lettuce. So we're going to do the same thing and put that on a piece of plastic wrap, and then you're going to want to lay all of this off to the side somewhere and let it dry for a few hours while you do the rest of the cake. Alright, so now my wafer paper is dry and I'm taking a food coloring dust and just going back over this lettuce to give it more of a realistic look. To get the most realistic shredded lettuce look, you're going to want to take it and just shred it and peel it apart by hand. If you use scissors, it's just going to be a straight line and it won't look as realistic as it should. Alright, so this is the fun part. We get to start sticking lettuce on the cake. This buttercream crumb mixture that I made was perfect because the lettuce sticks right in there and it holds it really nicely. And just like with the little dots that you put on the taco shell, try not to overthink the lettuce. Just kind of stick them in there randomly. I tend to want to overthink it and have to remind myself to just be random and just grab some pieces and just stick them and see how they look. I think these taco cakes are pretty awesome. My favorite type of cake to make is a food cake, food realism. I made a steak cake once for a cake competition, and I've made a bagel cake and a hamburger cake. Really think food cakes are probably the most fun to make.